For some reason, I've always made an effort not to buy the Steam Deck ever since it came out, just because I was a little skeptical about it at first. Since it runs on SteamOS, um, it kind of turned me away because I knew that I wouldn't be able to play all my games that I wanted. But I did recently see this on Facebook Marketplace for a really good deal, and I just kind of pulled the trigger on it. So I will be giving you guys my thoughts about the Steam Deck OLED. And is this thing really still worth it in 2025? Yeah, I mean, I am a lot more excited about this than I thought I'd be. Keep in mind, I am a ROG Ally owner from the very beginning. I had the original one since it came out back in 2023. Later replaced it with the ROG Ally X, and also got the Lenovo Legion Go. So I've pretty much only dealt with PC handhelds, and my God, is this such a breath of fresh air. I really gotta highlight to you guys SteamOS, because I think it's one of the best things about the Steam Deck. And honestly, it makes me really excited for official SteamOS support for the other PC handhelds, because honestly, it's such a big difference maker. But yeah, right off the bat, first impressions, having the Steam Deck over something like the Lenovo Legion Go is the size and the comfort is actually really good. It's a lot more lightweight than something like the Legion Go. It has a really good feel to it. You got nice grips in the back, so you have somewhere to like rest your hands. And this thing is pretty much made from plastic, so you could definitely feel it, but it's like a solid feel to it. Like, it doesn't feel cheap. Like, this thing feels really well built. The quality of the D-pad feels really nice. No squeaking like on the ROG Ally X. Same thing with these buttons. Very, very clicky. Very nice feel to it. And you get two trackpads, which honestly, these are a really good size. And I like that compared to like the Legion Go, these trackpads actually come out a little bit. They're not inward. So you just you're able to like brush your thumb across it more. So honestly, it's really nice to have these. Definitely come in handy. And like, what I really love about this overall thing is how much of a complete experience you get right out of the box. I mean, this is as close to a console experience as you can get from like a PC handheld. This kind of reminds me of owning something like a PlayStation or an Xbox way back in the day. I haven't personally owned a console since the PS3 days, but yeah, I just remember, gaming on a console. It's a lot more simplified. It's a lot more kind of convenient. There's not as much tweaking. And don't get me wrong, you can still tweak your settings on here a lot. Like, you have this quick access menu that you can go through and, change your frame limit. You can change how many watts you're using, all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, there's still quite a lot to tweak here that you could do. But if you don't want to do that, you're still getting a pretty much close to console experience as you can get. Like, this thing is so well integrated with Steam. It's awesome. Like, you can chat with your friends on here. You can, go right to playing games. You can switch to desktop mode and, go in your browser, or you could even have like Google Chrome integrated into SteamOS and launch it directly. I mean, there's just so many options that, and it's so seamless and smooth. Just going through all these menus, and you have these dedicated buttons that are always there. Doesn't matter what game you're in, you're always able to access your settings. I mean, I'm not even kidding. If you're coming from like a Legion Go, this is so smooth. The only thing that is almost as smooth is maybe the ROG Ally interface. I don't have any experience yet with the MSI Claw yet, or any of the other handhelds, but I mean, SteamOS is so good. And I have tried using Bakelite on the ROG Ally and on the Legion Go, and you sort of get almost the same experience, but because this is pretty much tailor-made for the Steam Deck, and like, you know, on the interface, it shows you a picture of the Steam Deck for like controls and stuff. I mean, this just feels so much more built for, I mean, the software is built for this thing. It's made for this hardware. So it's just so much more optimized, and there's not, you know, as many bugs as there is on something like Bakelite. So, I mean, yeah, like this thing is awesome in that aspect. Like the software, like 10 out of 10. Really good, very seamless. You have a nice button here that you can just click, and it just kind of, it's like, you know, if you have like a Nintendo DS, you like shut the clamshell down, and once you're ready to pick it up, you click the button again, and it's gonna go back to where you left off. So very seamless, and I love that. Honestly, it makes me want to pick this up and play more than something like a Windows handheld. So yeah, can't praise the software enough. The drawbacks, if you can say there are drawbacks, is kind of the hardware. It is old hardware. The Steam Deck has been out for quite a while now. And you can definitely tell on the newer games that the hardware is starting to get a little dated, you know, maybe not as many frames on stuff, but like you can still play games like Cyberpunk on here, like Elden Ring. I just beat Spider-Man Remastered on here, which is a phenomenal game. If you haven't played it already, highly recommend. Yeah, just beat that on the Steam Deck, and you're able to get some really solid frames on here and really solid like details. And if you have seen any of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm pretty picky about screens. And the screen on here, man, the video won't do it justice. OLED is beautiful. Even though it's a 720p screen, it's 90 hertz though. This is the OLED. So yeah, it's 90 hertz, and like the blacks, they're just, you know, black. Like there's no backlight like the LCD screens. Like this, it's pretty much true blacks, and like the HDR content just looks so good. I mean, it's really a big difference maker, especially when you don't have as much light. Yeah, it looks really good. And like this thing, the screen gets bright overall. Like this is the highest brighting. You can make it go pretty low, you know, once you're you know, in bed or something, or it's a little more darker out and you don't really need as much brightness. But this thing gets really bright and gets really loud too. Like this is just me navigating the menu, and yeah, like you get nice front firing speakers here. Just, I mean, the out of box experience on here is just so good that, yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't really praise it enough. I mean, in 2025, something like this honestly is all you need. Like if you are looking for something to play single player games, and particularly games that maybe aren't, you know, new games, AAA, or, you know, multiplayer games that require like anti-cheat that probably aren't supported on here. Like you won't be able to play, you know, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on here, but you could play Black Ops 3 if you wanted to, which honestly isn't a bad trade-off. But yeah, you can't play games like that, like Black Ops 6. You can't play like Fortnite if you wanted to. You can't play pretty much anything that needs anti-cheat. That's still, as of this video, not compatible with the Steam Deck. But this makes me very excited for the future. This makes me very excited for the next SteamOS device, which is supposed to be the Lenovo Legion Go S Steam Deck version. The white one's already out. Windows version, not that good with Windows, but maybe the SteamOS might be able to save it. Who knows? So yeah, like this device makes me really excited for that. And honestly, every other device in the future that's coming with SteamOS or that's going to get official SteamOS support, you can just you know, download once it's ready. So yeah, I mean, you know, first impressions of you know, having this for a while. I even brought it with me on vacation for a little bit. I was playing it on the plane, and like the battery life, just like the battery life on this is really good too, because the chip on here is really efficient. You're able to get solid playtime, and a little trick. Here, let me lower this audio a little bit. A little trick that I was reading about is that if like this chip actually doesn't like getting fed all the 15 watts. If you lower the TDP even more, depending on what you're playing for, like an indie game, I think you can lower this all the way to like 5 and you'll be good. If you're playing something a little bit more demanding, you can leave it at 10, and like the fans won't spin up as much, and you'll get pretty much the same performance as you would at 15 watts, but you'll be saving on battery life, and you'll be pretty much getting the same performance. So yeah, I mean, like this thing is crazy efficient for what it is, and like you're able to get a solid amount of playtime from this before you need to recharge, which is really awesome. Something that we're still kind of only getting to with some of the PC handhelds, and their only solution right now is not even a more efficient chip, it's just cramming a bigger battery in. So yeah, I mean, this thing is hella efficient, and like games run on it still really well. Like you can play a lot of like classic games on here that you could play, you know, for hours. You know, like if you have like a backlog of Steam games just from, you know, years and years of buying games from like Steam sales or something, like this is legit perfect. Like I honestly didn't think I would like it as much. Like if you don't care about all of those anti-cheat games or games that, you know, maybe are a little bit more demanding, that just came out recently that, you know, maybe won't get as much frames on here as you would on like a ROG Ally X or something. Yeah, if you don't care about any of that stuff, like legit, I don't think you need anything more than this. Like this is still such a good device, even though it's starting to show its age just a little bit with the hardware. But like, I honestly like really like this. I like this definitely more. I picked this up more than my Lenovo Legion Go, which honestly I'm probably going to be selling at this point just because I don't really use it that much. Because this pretty much covers all my bases. I still have a powerful gaming PC that I use for high intensive games or new AAA games that come out. So this literally tackles the rest of the backlog in my Steam library that I don't really use. And I haven't even, you know, talked about emulation. Like this thing's an emulation beast. I got Pokemon Violet on here that I was playing, and that runs very well. I mean, you're able to emulate so much on here, and like just this thing is so universal. It's crazy. So yeah, this is just a little Steam Deck impressions video I wanted to make, and if you're considering buying this, definitely go for it. It's such a great device. Yeah, I can't praise it enough, and it only just makes you more excited for what Valve is going to be cooking up next once we get some more crazy, more powerful chips, more efficient chips. I mean, it's only going to go better from here, and I'm so excited about the future of, you know, SteamOS and just these kind of PC handhelds in general. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace out.